Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Avionics back with another action figure video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as I do put out several videos throughout the month. In today's video, we are taking a look at unboxing and reviewing Hasbro and Takara Tomy's newest Transformer in the Kingdom War for Cybertron trilogy line, Autobot Blaster and Eject. Now, I am 42 years old. I was born in '79, and growing up watching the Transformers, this guy was actually my favorite Transformer. But yeah, he's my favorite Transformer because he transforms into an old 80s ghetto blaster, and back then I used to always play my older sister's cassette tapes on her own ghetto blaster. So this toy just made sense to me. This character just made so much sense to me, and I loved the big vibrant red colors and the yellow. But yeah, here we have Autobot Blaster and Eject in front of us now in the modernized Kingdom line, so which is pretty cartoon accurate, just with more details. So here is the front of the packaging. So he does come with Eject, the cassette tape. Here we have a nice artist graphic design. He is a Voyager class figure. And then before we go to the back, here is the other side, just typical artwork. On the bottom, we have our barcode and some legal mumbo jumbos and whatnot. And then on the back here, we have a product shot of him in both robot mode and in ghetto blaster mode. And then we see Eject here, his little cassette tape that actually goes inside and actually can be inserted and ejected out of his cassette tray. So it says that we can transform Blaster from robot mode to ghetto blaster mode in just 20 steps. Just from looking at all the pictures, he should be fairly easy to transform, so we're going to see just how easy he transforms in those 20 steps. Alright, let's go ahead and crack Blaster and Eject out. Now, what all comes inside the box besides a trading card with a holographic image that no one really cares about? Well, we have transformation instructions. So we're going to take a look at this later on in a little bit. And then he comes with his cassette tape minion. This is Eject. And looks like he only transforms into like 5 steps or so. He's, just a little micro minion. And then here is his Blaster's Blaster. Nice sculpt, got a huge scope and a nice big stock on the end of it. There's the barrel. It's all black. But yeah, so there's the gun. Let's take another look at Eject. So he's of a translucent light blue, teal blue, and then we have the gold paint here. On the back side, it's just showing some of the metal pins holding all of his joints in and articulation. So let's go ahead and transform him real quick so we can take a look at how he looks in his little robot mode. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and hold him in this position, pull down right here to get his legs extended out, and then rotate them inwards 90 degrees. That's basically it for the legs, okay? And then from here, we can pull this out, fold out his arms like so, and then rotate that outwards 90 degrees. That's his hand right there. And then his head, if you turn it around, there's his head. You're gonna have to use your fingernail somehow and just kind of pull it out like that, and then rotate his head 180 degrees. And here is Eject in robot mode. So there's a closer look at his head, his face sculpt. So it looks like he's got the gray helmet, and then he has an orange painted mask or face mask, and then if you look closely, the same color translucent blue eyes. Alright, now let's go ahead and stand him up over here, and now we're going to take a look at Blaster. Alright, starting up top, there is his head and face sculpt. Very close to being a cartoon accurate from the animated series back in the 80s, just a little bit more modernized for today's appearance. We have the rounded off half sphere forehead dome painted in silver with some sculpt lines right there, and then he has his faux ears on his red helmet. And then he actually has nose and lips on this sculpt. And then that's all painted the silver, light silver, like gray. And then his eyes are the same color, I guess you'd say, as Eject's color, the blue. It's just a metallic, it's not translucent, doesn't have the light tube here. It's all just painted. And then he's obviously primarily red with the yellow cassette tray. And then he does have the black joints hands. Now looking at his hands, they actually sculpted his right hand to have a trigger finger. Okay, so I just realized taking a look at the transformation instructions that the reason he has that trigger finger is actually so you can pose him, so you can make it look like he's actually ejecting the button or pressing the button to eject. So yeah, just bend everything so it goes down like that. Very interesting. Good call, Hasbro, good call. And then here is the left hand, just black. And he opening up his arms like that, we do see some hollow parts here. That's where his hands are going to fold into when we transform him. And then he has the G1 look of his upper thighs right there with the gray and the red sculpt, black thighs. And then we have the awesome looking speakers, the lower shins from the knees down. And then it's all gray with the black. And then black boot tips, shoe tips. And then around the back, we have a bunch of peg holes here besides the screw holes. So it looks like he can stow away his guns, or his gun. I wonder if you could actually combine him with some other Transformers like Six Gun or Autobot Slammer or whatever his name is. But yeah, you can probably stow away his gun there or in the middle if you so please. And then here's some of the Ghetto Blaster dials. And I did actually push the buttons to be able to, or one button to literally eject out the cassette holder. So here we have the same translucent blue clear plastic as Eject. Take a look at that. So let's go ahead and fold up. Oh, inside here looks like we have a sculpt of a cassette tape, like a robotic looking cassette tape mold in there. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and transform Eject back into cassette mode so we could actually insert him into his cassette tray chest. Oh yeah, I also did forget to mention that the holes, peg holes, look, they kind of reminiscent of the cassette tape gears, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and insert him into his chest. See how that all looks. There we go, nice. So there's a close-up look of Eject in Blaster's chest. Eject it out. All right, let's take a look at some articulation now. So starting at the head, we do have, oops, I'm accidentally pressing the Eject button. 360-degree rotation all the way around. He does have some pretty good head side tilt. There's him looking down, or trying to look down. There's him looking up. All right, shoulders, lateral. And then of course it's gonna rotate 360 degrees, no problem whatsoever. There's no bulkiness back here that's gonna stop the arms from going all the way around. We do have a bicep cut for a bicep swivel right there. And then we have a single jointed elbow. And then we have the wrist can just kind of fold in like that, but it's gonna go all the way in so he can transform. He does have waist rotation all the way around right there, which is nice. And then his legs. All right, he's gonna split perfectly. Okay. Kick forward all the way 90 degrees. Let's see how back. Go back pretty good as this part moves. And then we're gonna have all the joints feel good, nice and solid. Nothing loose about Blaster whatsoever. 90-degree rotation range at the knee, single joint. And then as far as feet rotation go, or feet articulation goes, do we have swivel? Okay, so we have the rocker swivel or pivot, I guess. It doesn't really turn though, but yeah, it can articulate like that to get some nice slow poses. And that's pretty much all the articulation of Blaster. All right, so let's go ahead and transform Blaster into Ghetto Blaster mode. First thing we want to do is go ahead and fold out his arms out laterally to the sides like that, and then we're gonna rotate the bicep until we see the metal pins facing us. There we go, like this. And then we're going to fold his hands down, all the way down like that on both sides. And then from here, we're going to bend at the red forearm. And then go ahead and fold his arms back down like that. Go ahead and rotate 180 degrees. Pull the middle back part door open so we can tuck his head back down in there like that. And go ahead and close that up. And here we're gonna go ahead and turn it back around. Now, they don't really function, but I know some of you might have already noticed they're turned around already. But part of the transformation process is pushing in those speakers inwards and then rotating them all the way around so that the lines are showing. You can see the lines. So like that. Okay. And then go ahead and fold his feet up like that. Stow those away. Okay. And then we are going to open up these red doors. These open up. Actually, we're going to flip this up first. And then we're going to rotate 180 degrees at the waist. And then we're going to go ahead and open up those red panel doors like this. And then flip these red pieces up. And then we're going to rotate the thigh like so, 90 degrees. And then from here, we are going to make sure the arms are straight down. We're going to go ahead with this piece folded up, opened up, go ahead and split his legs open. And these actually can peg, the thighs can actually peg into there. So there's this peg, and then there's a hole over here. It's black, you can't see it, but it's going to peg in there to make sure that everything is straight. So we're gonna do that on both sides. And then actually go ahead and fold this red piece down, and it's going to peg closed with these rectangular pegs. So it's going to help keep everything straight like that. And then the thighs pegged into where the hands would be. Now here's the tricky part, is you want to hold like this because we're going to bend or fold this closed. And there is a rectangular peg hole right here because you have this peg right there to go in there. And it's going to kind of hit right here, but it helps to hold it, everything kind of like right there, and then pull out a little bit. And the hand is actually going to go in that hole, this socket, that empty space, this folded up hand on both sides. So like I said, this is the trickiest part of the transformation. But at the same time, make sure it helps. Like I said, make sure this black peg is pegged into the hand hole. Keep everything kind of straight. Put your thumb up here to hold it keep it from bending. There you go. All right, almost there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you can see that it's touching, everything's pegged in there. Let's go ahead and do that to the other side now. So hold like this with your index finger right here. Hold that, because we're gonna bend this like so. Just make sure it clears right here. Okay, now I'm holding it upside down so I can get it to fold. Almost there. Oh, basically there. This one kind of popped out. There we go. That's in, but this one, okay, there we go. All right, so both sides are in. All right, so we're almost done. Now, just turn it around because we're gonna pop these black handles up out of its peg. Pop both of those. Rotate those 90 degrees inwards, and these are gonna peg together at the very top. Just like that. There we go. And then there is our, there we go. That's better. Now everything is pretty much flush. Now we have Blaster in Ghetto Blaster mode. So let's go ahead and open up our tray so we can put Eject in there. And then you can stow his gun, his blaster, on the back side of him. So you take the gun, flip it upside down, and then what we're gonna do is see this vertical rectangular peg hole right there in the handle. That's gonna attach to right here in the center. So basically the peg hole in the handle can peg in just like that. Alright, so here is Blaster with some of his Autobot comrades that are about the same size as him. Have Inferno, Springer, Optimus Prime, and Hoist. And then here he is with some more of the deluxe class sized figures. We have Bumblebee up front, Alita 1, Ratchet, Ironhide, and Chromia. And here is Blaster with some of his Decepticon enemies, Megatron and Soundwave. And then here he is with Siege Starscream and Shockwave. Alright, so my final thoughts on Kingdom Blaster. Well, Hasbro and Takara Tomy nailed it out of the park with this modernized G1 version of my most favorite Transformer figure ever since I was a child. Overall, just a great sculpt from head to toe, cartoon accurate colors all around, and I love that they went the extra mile to make his right index finger extend out like that so you can actually pose him pressing the eject button. Awesome looking blaster gun, awesome looking eject cassette tape / robot. I'm just very excited and happy that Hasbro made this blaster for me to add to my collection, and hopefully you're going to add him to your collection as well. That's going to wrap up this review video, so if you guys enjoyed watching it, please hit that like button, leave all your comments and thoughts down below, and I'll get back to you when I can. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell to be notified of future content like this. Thanks for watching, guys.